What is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's get us all in here. Perfect. What is up? What is up? What is up? Good to see us here today. Ladies and gents, good to see us all. Say what's up down below. We have a lot to go through today, guys. I'm excited to get rocking. Good to see us all. Oh, very nice. Let me go ahead and make sure we are good here. Bobby, good to see you. Good to see you. But we got Albert in the house as well. Very, very nice. We got Sherry. Sherry, good to see you as always. My brother Chris Carl, good to see you, Chris. Colin, good to see you as well, good sir. We got Colin as well in the house. Colin, good to see you. Welcome to one of your first few sessions. Very nice. We got Dado in the house as well. Dado, good to see you, brother. Very good to see you. We got Fletcher as well. Very nice. We got my man Jared. Jared, good to see you, brother. Very cool. We got Jordan. Jordan, congrats on your 1.5K days. I'm excited to scale further. We're crushing it with the email. Sang was doing a great job with our flows. Great job. Love to see that, Jordan. Congratulations, brother. Kirill, good to see you. Marina as well. Good to see you as always. And Biko, good to see you, brother. We got Mocha in the house as well. Good old Robert. Good to see you, Robert. Good to see you, brother. Hopefully all is well. We got Robin as well. Good to see you, Robin. We got Ron in the house as well. Good to see you, Ron. We got Sama. Sama, good to have you on the session today. Steve as well, my brother. Good to see you. Tina, as always. And Yasan, congrats on your movement, man. You're doing an incredible job already. Love to see it. Congratulations on that progress. Okay, we're gonna jump right into it today, guys. We're having our good to see you as well, Leon. Everyone else who just jumped in as well. Who else did we just get jump in here? Perfect. Anyone jump in late? We got Fletch. Good to see you, Fletcher. What's up? Everyone else? Okay, we should be good to go to get started. Okay, let me start by sharing my screen. That will be perfect. We're having our full-on long-form Q&A today, guys. We'll start by raising our hands. We'll go through everything and anything today. We're having a full-on long-form Q&A session, fully and totally unlimited today, as always. We'll start off with my main man, Bobby, in the house. Bobby, good to see you. On the bottom of the screen, you should see a click to raise your hand button as well, if you don't already see that for my new folks. And other than that, we should be good to go. Bobby, good to see you today, good sir. How are you? Let me go ahead
Yeah,
and pin you as well. I'll pin myself also, and we are good to begin. Bobby, good to see you.
yeah, good to see you. How's it?
Good, good, good. Rocking and rolling, man. Things are good. Things are good. Cannot complain. We are busting ass, loving life.
Good. Awesome, awesome. So I just want to give an update and then talk a little bit more about creative strategy and stuff. So update, my AOV's been raised to well, last month the AOV over the whole month was like $65.
Beautiful,
Some days it goes up. Sometimes it's like as high as $80 or $90 sometimes. Uh,
beautiful.
my the store conversion rate is usually around like 3.5. Sometimes there might be a low day, sometimes it might go higher. Um, Over the last whole month, it was 2 point something. I can't remember
Beautiful.
exact. Um, so I got secondary purchases are starting to trickle in. I've been working with
Very
sales
nice.
to get the emails going, the email campaigns going above just the flows, but actually getting the campaigns and the uh those types of things going with him. So they're starting to trickle in. I've been seeing like secondary sales basically. Um
Beautiful.
and then
And by secondary sales, you're meaning people are buying from us over and over again without us having to spend the money continually again.
yes, yeah, exactly, exactly. So
Right.
I have the
And
cross sell products. I could stand to put up some more, which I'm working on, but
yeah, and
I,
here's one of the things I want to just touch on real quick. So we're gonna have a long back and forth here, Bob. So first of all,
okay,
congratulations. I love to hear this.
okay,
And for everyone listening right now, okay, what I want you guys to realize, what I want us all to realize, is that obviously our product is the most important thing. Okay, but our product is also just a Trojan horse. Okay, what is a Trojan horse? A Trojan horse is your ability to be within the confines of your KPIs. So, for example, all we're doing is we're looking for not products like this, but products, okay, that will keep us within our KPIs, all right? And what we're looking at right now is Bobby's going through his KPI numbers. He's talking about sometimes he has $65 average order value, sometimes $85, $90 average order value, right? So we want to be very aware, everybody, okay, about what our KPI thresholds are and what our goals are, right? So we're going for a $60 or higher average order value, okay? If you could get a $60 or higher average order value, you're going to be sitting pretty and it's going to be easy for you to scale. Okay. And we're going to be covering a lot of these KPIs on this session here today, guys. So just please make sure you're writing them down if you're not already familiar with them. But knowing your numbers allows it to be so easy for you to scale, right? Because once you know your numbers, you're able to just simply slowly but surely increase your ad spend budget, right? And your return will continue as long as you're in between your KPIs. So Bobby's average order value, is 65 to 90, which is amazing. We want to be at $60 or higher. Beautiful. And then industry average for conversion rate is 1.8% or higher. Bobby's at roughly 3% for the whole last month, which is great. Okay, so Bobby, amazing stuff. What he's also saying as well, he's getting second purchases. What that means is since we've gotten him to the point where he's doing email marketing consistently now, he's getting people who have already bought from his site the first time, right, to buy from him again without him having to spend money on ads again. Right. He's just sending out emails and doing SMS marketing with his own email marketer who's on commission. Right, which is amazing. So, Bobby, this is all amazing, amazing stuff. And everybody, this is exactly the pathway that you will take, and you should take, right, to not only maintain yourself and your profitability, but to go ahead and enable yourself to scale higher and stay consistent, right? Which is super important. So, if everyone could give me a one down below when you've written down that you need to have an AOV of $60 or higher, right, a conversion rate of 1.8% or higher, right, and you've also written down that you need to have a 10 to 12% opt-in rate on your pop-up that comes on your site within 60 seconds. Okay, make sure you have that written down. And you also need to make sure that your email and SMS are generating 20 to 30% of your total revenue. Okay. All these pieces are literally the only things that matter, guys. Okay. And when you can find yourself in those thresholds, it becomes easy to scale. Right. So lots of ones, very good. Make sure everyone has that written down. I'll say it again. Right. So you want to have an average order value of $60 or higher, $60, 60, $60 or higher, 1.8% conversion rate or higher, right? Anything higher is phenomenal, right? You want to have a 10 to 12% opt-in rate on your pop-up that comes up within 60 seconds collecting email. Okay. And you also want to have 20 to 30% of your revenue driven by email and SMS. Okay. Everyone should have that written down. Okay. Once you do, drop the one below, right? Those are the most important pieces. Basic, yes. But most important info, yes, right? All you need to worry about is landing yourself within these thresholds, right? In most cases. So, Bobby, beautiful stuff. Okay,
Yeah.
and one more thing. And guys, here's the thing as well. So, the reason that it becomes so much easier, obviously, after you strike like your consistency and your winner, is because you've already found your product that can land you. Thank you, Ron. That can land you within the thresholds here, right? So, for example, like when you find, let's say you test like three products, right? And those three products struggle to stay within those thresholds, those KPIs, right? It's going to be an uphill battle, right, to scale to huge numbers, right? Where when you find a product that does well, right, and lands itself within those KPIs, it's gonna kind of feel like you're going down river, or you're going downhill with it, right? Like you're flowing with the river, right? So that's the idea of the KPIs and why it's important to know our numbers. It just, once you land there, it makes things so much easier to scale, right? And yes, you can do well, right, with having KPIs and things that are below those numbers, but it's a lot harder, right? It's uphill, right? When you land yourself within these KPIs, you're able to consistently, for example, sell that product over and over again. Because all we're doing, guys, is we're just building one single sales funnel, one single sales channel to sell one product. And we're trying to sell that product, obviously, in a bundle or something like, 2, 3, 4, 500 times a day. Right. And that's exactly what we're doing. So we're perfecting that same exact sales journey that's happening with every single buyer, right? We're perfecting that journey with every single buyer, trying to squeeze out every piece of juice and every slight KPI increase we possibly can, right? So it's not like we're selling 10 different products every day. We're selling the same items. So we're trying to refine that one sales journey as much as we possibly can, right? To the point where, okay, we optimize it, we've refined it like Bobby has to this point. He's optimized, refined so much, right? His KPIs are consistently good, right? So it's easier to grow, right? And that's the goal. So Bobby, great stuff. Congratulations. And guys, great stuff with the ones down below as well. I just want to make sure everyone has that written down, because in reality, like, that is really all that matters, right? That's really all that matters. Like I said last time, like, we could overcomplicate this till we're blue in the face, right? Or we could just say it for what it is, right? And it's kind of landing ourselves within those KPI benchmarks, staying in accordance with our systems, of course. Okay, so Bobby, great stuff. Back to you.
Okay. So I also I switched fulfillment centers. I switched to the guy that Ron was recommending, the guy Draco. And
I'm using Draco as well on one of our brands.
okay.
Here's why I love
And
Draco. Let me just tell you why I love Draco.
okay.
He uh, worked at CJ, was it Ron? I think it was CJ for a while. He
Mhm.
learned the SOPs, learned the internals. Great dude. We built a relationship with him. Ron actually flew out to China to meet him. Ron knows him in person. So we have that in person type of connection. And we've switched one of our brands over to him as well. And he's young and hungry, right? Yeah, so he'll go the extra mile for you, right? Which is
Okay.
really, really good. But yeah, great stuff and great decision, Bob. I love to hear that. And congratulations. Hyperski,
Cool. Yeah.
Hyperski, right. Not CJ, Hyperski. He was
hmm
working with.
So yeah, working with him and also doing a deal with the lady that owns the patent for the product. So I got the price down. And so and then also we did the price increase. So now my single unit order, the BE ROAS is 1.75 and I got it up to $32.
Wait,
Uh
say it again. Say it
profit
again.
1.75 break even
What?
ROAS.
What? Okay, BER. And now what is it?
No, that's what I got it now. Before it was like
Okay.
2.1 or something like
Oh,
that.
that's fucking beautiful. All right, guys. So you went from a
And then
2.1 to a 1.7 BER.
yeah, yeah. Because the
Yeah, I mean
shipping
that's
and I also got a
huge.
better deal on the product. Um,
That's amazing, Bob. I mean, Bob, but
yeah,
you're literally built. Like, this is beautiful, my friend. Okay,
yeah.
so you went from 2.1 to 1.7. Everyone, so we're aware.
1.75,
BER.
yeah.
Okay, BER stands for break even ROAS. That's the
hmm
number that we need to hit minimum to be profitable or to break even. Anything above that's profitable. So Bobby was at a 2.1 doing well. Now he's at a 1.7. That's a huge difference. What is that, like point 0.4? Right? That's like 15, 20% of the total ROAS of BER, dude. That's really, really good. It's amazing. That's
Yeah,
a When you could get BER down like that and your cost down this deep into scale, like that's huge. Like you're going to see that directly. Like you're going to see just more profit on obviously every sale. So
yeah,
it's fucking
yeah.
amazing.
Um, so I got the profit
Exactly.
margin.
So, no, I'm just saying exactly as Jordan. Sorry.
Okay. So I got the profit margin for a single one up to $32 and then well 32.02 and then for the Kaching bundles, the second option, the profit margin I got to $52.59. And then for the third one, the third option, it's $53.18. So one question I had here, well, I'm gonna do another price test and do an A/B test or whatever to see if I can press the price even more. But my question is, when you're looking at your ad account and you're trying to evaluate, and do you just use the single unit or do you kind of average what the single unit and the second unit or second option is? How do you decide what your break even ROAS is? Because for the second, if they
Well,
bought two, it's
this is what we do.
Mm-hmm.
This is what, because I was telling Ron, I'm like, Ron, get me like the BERs. Right. So what Ron does, right, what we like to do is
Mm-hmm.
basically you look at your average order value and you do your break even ROAS based off your AOV. Right. So for however many
Oh,
units
okay.
the order. So that's how you get very accurate. The only problem is, and Ron, you could speak to this in the chat, right? Whenever we try to fucking get triple whale to update it, it doesn't do it, like it doesn't update it. So our triple whale, if you would look at our triple whale,
Mm-hmm.
it's we have slightly higher prices in our triple whale than we actually
Okay.
pay. Right. So like if we look at our ROAS, it might say like 4.1 or like 3.2, but it's actually like 3.5 or 4.2. Like it's a little bit higher actually. Right. So we use our AOV, right? And shockingly, right, triple whale doesn't have um, the ability to do like a single price option. So you just do it based off your AOV.
So your AOV instead of the retail price, you just substitute the AOV in that for the
A-
calculation.
exactly. And Ron,
Okay.
Ron, I'm gonna Ron, I'm calling you up for a second, Ron. Ron, just walk through how you set this up on. I mean, Ron, walk through how you set it up on Triple Whale and exactly what we do on all the brands.
Yeah, so what we did is, so we obviously not just took the AOV, we also did like a cost average as well. So like what was our exact cost for the product and the shipping, like the exact cost, we were spending on average to pay Draco. So that's the exact cost we put up on Triple Whale. And
Uh,
like how Justin mentioned,
mm,
we increased the cost a little bit, so it gives us the accurate number when it comes to the break-even ROAS.
uh-huh.
And all you gotta do is just go over to the triple whale settings. There's the cost setting, wherein you put up all of your costs and the shipping. So don't do like shipping and cost differently. Otherwise, you're gonna get like screwed results. Just have under the cost section both your costs and shipping. So that's like accurate.
Okay. I'm using
And
Billy.ai, so it doesn't really have that,
got it. Well, do this, Bob.
but
Book
yeah,
Ron, let's book
but
like a
it's
15
fine.
minute one. Let's book like a 15-minute one-on-one with Bob for like tomorrow or the next day, and Bob will get on with you.
Yeah.
So
Uh-huh.
just try doing exactly what Ron said today inside
Yeah.
Billy.ai. I'm sure they have like their own mechanism to do it. And if you can't
Okay.
figure it out, we'll get on a one-on-one with you and we'll do it with you.
Okay. Yeah, I mean it's fine. I usually just kind of do it manually, but yeah, it's okay.
Yeah,
Um,
that's perfect. And real Ron, good stuff. And Bobby, real quick, I just want to answer Jordan's question while we're on this. Because can you speak to the importance of triple whale? I'm still debating getting it. I currently use an app called True Profit along with normal meta analytics. So here's the thing, right? You know, triple whale is important because you obviously see your P&L very easily. You can just log in real quick on your phone, see your P&L, bada bing, bada easy, right? Now, it also has the triple, what they call the triple like pixel, right? They have an extra pixel that triple whale installs, right? And what happens is you have like a second line of data to look at. Now, here's the thing. So Facebook's optimizing based off of Facebook's data. They're not optimizing off of any other third party software. They're optimizing based off what you see in the ad account, right? So you want to make decisions based off what you see in the ad account. But what I also do is I keep things on, right, based off what I see triple whale reporting as well. So I'm taking into account, Jordan, the triple whale readings, which is enabling me to see where profit and sales might be coming through that Facebook just isn't recognizing, allowing me to keep audiences on longer, right? While I make real decisions based off of like the combination of like triple whale and mainly Facebook's data. But it is important. I would recommend having it just for easy use to look at for P&L. And you want to have the additional pixel also that you look at just to give you like a secondary opinion on to where the sales are coming from because it sometimes can save um, good ad sets and audiences. So I would recommend having it. Yeah, and Jonathan, triple whale, it's your Pixels software, right? It allows you to go ahead and have proper tracking inside of your ad account. Because as we know, several years ago, Facebook came out with tracking changes that enabled us to have to use the tracking software. And my preference with physical product e-commerce brands is triple whale, right? And then for info products and service-based companies, it's Hyros, right? And then sometimes you can use Hyros for physical product branding as well, but I wouldn't recommend that typically. But yeah, that's it, Jordan. My pleasure. And uh, yeah, Bob, all good.
yeah, it's all good. Yeah, the one thing I like about the Billy.ai is it actually sends the data to Facebook. So Facebook is actually taking in that data that Billy AI is collecting. So it
Hmm.
makes the ads managers super accurate. Like I don't even have to go back to Billy's dashboard. Whatever's in the ads manager, it's collected straight from Billy
Yeah,
and keeps
Billy's
it.
good. Triple Whale's good. They're both phenomenal.
Mm.
I would say those are probably the best.
Mhm.
I really wouldn't, venture out too much further than those two. But
Yeah.
Triple Whale's my preference. Billy's great as well. It doesn't really make a difference.
Okay, cool. So I guess moving on here. So basically it seems like all the pieces are in place. The last two pieces to really get down is basically my ad account and my creatives. Um I was turning off too many creatives and I'm trying to correct for that right now. I sent Ron a message and so kind of went over it a little bit. Um and then my what is it called? The cost cap, my cost cap. Um, I don't know if I made a mistake on this or what, but it was overspending by a lot, like every day. and just going down by like $1 each day, it was just like too much to be overspending. So I kind of dropped it a bunch and decided
That's good.
to start going up. You know what I mean? Instead in the other
Yeah.
direction. Just to
And, and here's what I do with my cost caps. So
Mhm.
like when I first started to go with really big budgets on the cost cap, I would start it at a big budget on the cost cap. And I would
Mhm.
start it with what I thought was a like lesser cost cap, right? Because you have your budget and then you have your cost cap, right? The
Right,
budget is
right.
how much money can be totally spent.
Yeah.
And then the cost cap is like how aggressive it will spend it. So when I started one of our new the cost caps in the newer brand, right, Ron? I started at I think $2,000, right? I started at $2,000 and it was overspending, right? So what I started to do, and Ron, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it took me like maybe like 4 or 5 days to get it like dialed in, maybe 3 to 5 days to get it dialed in, right? It made you kind of just like peppering with it, like and messing with it. So what I realized, I'm like, okay, at $2,000 right away, like me launching at a $2,000 cost cap right away. And guys, remember, the only reason we launch a cost cap is if you're already like launched and you're doing well, and you just duplicate your profitable campaign into a cost cap, right? You're not just going to like launch a cost cap at first, right? You launch a cost cap when you're deep and you're scaled, right? So when you have that profitable campaign, you duplicate it over into a cost cap style campaign. And what I did is I duplicated my profitable campaign over to a cost cap. Only thing I did is I started off at $2,000, which ended up being a mistake, right? And then what I ended up doing, and I was basically like, doing okay on that, right? I wasn't spending the full amount because I still had to adjust the cost cap number. But long story short, right, I ended up bringing the cost cap $2,000 budget all the way down to $500, right? And during that time where I brought it down to $500, right, I was also tampering throughout that journey with changing the cost cap and seeing where it spends, right? Because the goal is to get it to spend 80% of your total budget, right? So what you said, Bob, is absolutely proper and correct, right? If it's slightly overspending, lower the budget, right? You can lower the cost cap. You can kind of choke it a little bit, right? And then you
Mhm.
slightly increase it, right? You could increase it by like $1 up until the point where it's spending close to 80%. And then when you start
Mhm.
getting close to 80%, you can start doing the 25-cent increments
Okay.
of adjustments, right?
Got you.
But
Mhm.
yeah, just to give you an understanding, like at $2,000, it was like not spending the whole thing, doing okay some days, breaking even most of the time, right? And not
Mhm.
spending the whole budget. And then I brought it all the way down to 500. I increased the cost cap, and then I eventually scaled it back up to above 2,000, right? Like it's
Okay.
like 3,000, 4,000,
Mhm.
right? And it was maintaining really, really, really good return in ROAS, right? So there's a lesson in that. Starting off at a higher budget, right? Why didn't it give me that ROAS immediately? What the
Mhm.
fuck's the difference? Excuse my friend. What the hell's the difference? Why can't I just launch it at 2,000 and just gives me that? Why did I have to lower it down to 500, tamper
Mhm.
with it, let it sit for a few days, mess with the cost cap, and then add more creatives, and then it maintained profitability all the way up to above $2,000 budget.
Mhm.
Why?
Mhm.
Because that's how Facebook works, right? That's how. Think about how not logical that is, right?
Yeah.
How Right. And I want everyone to understand that because if you've never been at that point where you're launching a $2,000 cost cap or campaign like that, you would never know. Right. You would just, the first thing you would assume is that it's just going to do as well as anything else. Right. So what you can realize here is listen to what I've done. Right. And what happens is when you launch a big budget campaign, it's basically like panicking. It's like you're throwing everything at the wall at once and it's panicking. What you want to do is you want to launch a smaller campaign, right, at first, and then slowly work your way up, right? That's why we scale by 20% in other campaigns as well, right? So that's how cost caps works, right? Don't let it kind of get you too confused right now. If you haven't gotten to it yet, you will get to it, right? But just like Ron said, once you're at a point where you're at like once we had our like 500 plus sales, we started really pushing this in this direction. We didn't do it right away, right? So, Bob, that's what I recommend to do as well. What you said is exactly on point. Lower the
Okay.
budget, lower the cost cap, right? Get it to like choke itself out to a point where it's like not spending much, and then you're at a point of control, and then you can start slightly increasing by $1 until it starts to spend like 60-ish%, and then you could start hampering with about like 25 cents up until the point where it's spending like 75 to 80%.
Okay, got it. So the budget is at 350. I actually didn't change it at all. I just changed the cap. Um, the first day I launched it, it was profitable and was doing awesome, and then it just started overspending. So my
Okay, and
question
and
is this, though, the
have you
one
touched the have you touched the cost cap yet?
That's what I adjusted was the cost cap. So now
By
it's
perfect.
so now
By how
it's
much?
by a few dollars. I went
By
by a few
$2,
dollars.
$3,
About $8. $8.
$8. Okay,
So
and how much
now
is
what? Huh?
just you can just finish. I'm sorry.
Oh, so I went it by $8, and then one day it might spend like $10 and that's it. Then the next day it might spend like
Yes. And Ron, how many times do we
200.
see that?
And
Yes.
then I'm like, should I raise it? Should I just keep it the
Here
same?
is what's
How
going
often
on.
do you wait?
So, Ron, so on certain days, Ron, it would spend like almost the whole budget, right? And it will be like a $10,000 to $12,000 day, right? And then on other days, it'll be like only like six, like we'll do like 10 to $12,000 in revenue, right? And then on other days, they'll spend like half and we'll do like 5 to 6K, 7K in revenue, right? Why? Let's talk about it. So, when you're running cost caps, guys, remember this and stick with me here if you're new. If you're new and you haven't, launched yet, or you're testing, you haven't gotten the cost caps, or you haven't gotten to this part. Listen to this. Knowing this, listening to this is an advantage to you. Throw yourself in the fire. Hear the complicated shit. It's eventually going to make sense to you. Okay. With cost caps, the reason that Bob is seeing some days where it's doing extremely well, super profitable, crushing, but then on the next day it doesn't spend. It's not that it's losing, it just doesn't spend. Why does it not spend it? Because the whole point of cost caps is that it will only spend your budget or majority of your budget, right? When there is opportunity in the marketplace below or equal to what you've set your cost cap to. So, for example, your cost cap, what the hell that means is, hey, Facebook, find me purchasers for my product for $30, right? And if I set my cost cap to $30, it's going to try to find me purchasers of $30 or below, right? So, what's happening there, Bob, on certain days where it'll spend the whole thing, because on certain days it'll spend the whole thing for us, it'll crush it. That means
Mhm.
the opportunity to get the $35 or below purchase is in the bid and auction placement. But the
Yeah.
next day, when it doesn't spend that amount, right, what happens is, right, the opportunity to get you purchases at $35 or below is not there. What might
Mhm.
be there is 45 or 55 or $65 purchases
Right,
in
right.
which you're not profitable at. So
Mhm.
Facebook, instead of saying, hey, let's go ahead and give Bob all these unprofitable purchases, no, it's just not going to spend. It's just going to
Right.
save your money and not spend, right? And that's freaking beautiful. And the reason I love cost cap is because it allows us to stay very, very profitable. And you could have other campaigns that are ABOs that are not cost cap that always spend on any given day, right? Where the cost cap, whenever it's spending 80% or spending at all, it's typically giving your margin a big juice up, right?
Mhm.
So that's what's going on there, Bob. And the answer to the question is, what do I do what do I do? Should I just leave it? What we did, right, is we just let it do its thing. It'll be like we would give it 3 to 5 days, Bob. Or once it started choking itself afterwards, like crushing for like a 3 to 5 day window or a few day window, we would let it just sit for 3 to 5 days, right? Because we're like, all right, this thing is like it's dialed. It's exactly where I want it to be. It's not spending on days where it's not going to be where it would be unprofitable, and it is spending on days where it obviously is profitable. That's what I want. Right. So what I'm doing is I'm letting that sit for 3 to 5 days. And what will happen is oftentimes it basically, how a tide goes out and then the tide comes
Yeah.
back in like an ocean.
Mhm.
Obviously you're in Hawaii, right? It goes back out and it goes back in. Think of the cost cap the same exact way, right?
Mhm.
The tide comes out, sale, 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 and then when the tide comes back in, it protects your spend, right? And then the tide
Right.
comes back out, sale, sale, and it protects your spend. And then what you have on days where the tide is coming in, right, and it's not spending, are other AVO campaigns that are probably lower budget but will always spend, right? Now, here's the thing as well. If you start noticing that happens too many times and it's only like spending 80% of the budget for like in a 2 3 day window, then it does that for like a whole like 7 to 10 day period, that
Mhm.
means your cost cap is too low and we'll start increasing it by 25 to 50 cents, right? But
Mhm.
exactly what you're describing is literally exactly what's going on in our ad account, and that's exactly what's keeping us nicely profitable. So I would leave it for now, give it a 3 to 5 day window, let it do its thing, and you'll likely see the tide come right back out and then come right back in again.
Okay. So you're saying before I up it by a dollar, I should wait like 3 to 5 days in between those increases.
Yeah, and here's the thing.
Okay.
And yeah, here's the thing. So Also, sometimes we're like, if it spent 80% or more of my budget and it
Uh-huh.
did really well. So, for example, whenever we have like a 10 or 12K or higher day on that branch, right, that means the cost cap spent really, really nicely, right? And I'm not really touching my cost cap, right? I'm letting it sit where it sits. The only time I'm touching my cost cap, right, is when it's like choking itself for like a week or longer, right? Like
Uh,
over time, right? So that's what I want you to focus on. Um, and then just like Ron said, like we reached a point where we basically ceased touching it, right? And the less touch it receives, the better it performed at scale. The only thing that we would
Okay.
do is we would just add more creatives, right, to
Got
keep it
you.
to keep it churning, right?
Okay.
Now, what Ron and I are gonna like, what we're trying to do now is take this to 20 to 30K a day, which is $1 million a month, right?
Mhm.
And what we're doing now is we're using our cost caps, but we're also like Ron said, we're touching things a lot less, right? We're
Mhm.
touching things a lot less, right? And what happens is as we scale and you already have things that are working, it becomes just an increase in you adding creatives, right? So that's what we're doing to increase our brand scale. And I'm also like we're also getting new iterations of our current winners and existing creatives and getting new and obviously like new ideations at this point as well because we want to find new angles. But that's essentially what we're doing, Bob. So
Okay.
yeah.
So, all right, cool. So the way that I have this set up, and you can let me know if we should change it at all, but the last time we've had it set up is I have my testing campaign in there, and basically my cost cap is basically my scaling. All I have in there are the scaling are creatives that have gotten a sale, and they're in there. I don't have a scaling ad set in the testing. It's just all in the cost cap.
That's totally fine. That's totally fine.
Okay.
Okay. Because one of the things that Ron and I are experimenting with as well now, because we've been running these scaling and testing campaigns for so long, right? We're experimenting, having like basically every new set of creatives, we're just adding as a new ad set, right?
Yeah, that's pretty
And
much how I do.
yeah, yeah. So that's totally proper, Bob. That's what we're experimenting with now as
Okay.
well.
Now my other question is, I have this one creative that just sucks up all the spin whenever it's in there. Like, how should I deal with that?
Okay,
So
what let me,
because the
let me
other
ask you
ones
a
might
question.
not be getting.
Let me ask you a question. And I love this question. And guys, this is like it's just so fun to have these combos because like guys, I'm telling you now, like e-commerce is easier now than it was 10 years ago. Like I'm telling you, like it is, right? So just keep listening to all this advanced shit. If you're not here yet, just keep just forcing your brain to hear it. Okay. Um, so yeah, what is the ROAS on that creative, Bob? Is it profitable or is it not profitable and is soaking up the spend?
It was profitable. It had just dropped underneath, and then I cut it. And then the other new ads that I kept uploading, um,
Started to get new spend now.
they started getting spend, and some of them started performing, some of them really good,
No,
some of them okay.
beautiful. And
And
here's the
then
thing.
okay.
Uh, here's the thing. So when you notice that, what Ron and I always do is on every rolling window of 7-day periods,
Hmm.
we're turning off creatives that typically have no spend or low ROAS, right?
Yeah.
And typically that what that looks like for us is like below like $50 or $20 in spend and no ROAS or shit ROAS,
Uh-huh.
right? Then
Hmm.
we're turning it off. What we're also noticing is if there's one ad set that's eating up all the spend and it's like barely breaking even or like breaking even a little bit, we'll just
Hmm.
turn the damn thing off and then that will like unlock the whole account, like the whole ad set. So what you did is proper. You would turn off that ad set.
Okay, because I started getting other ones started getting, because it's just in the testing ones, right? So it was kind of taking the budget away from those other ones.
Yeah, no, and that's literally exactly when you would
Okay.
um, go ahead and do that.
Okay. Um, got it. Now my next question is, what is your like strategy as far as like creative strategy? Not necessarily how many you're uploading and stuff, but how often do you decide you're gonna look at a new hook or try a new hook? or how often do you decide that you're gonna just use Kalo data or PP ads? How often are you? Because you said you're doing like really good ones, like five every other day or something like that. So, what is your approach to get like the diversity that
Yeah. Well,
Andromeda needs, stuff like that? Like how do you decide?
this is what Ron and Manny did.
Mm-hmm.
We came up with we went through and spent basically like a week creating a 35-page document.
Yeah.
And,
Mm-hmm.
for and Ron, remember like this, obviously. A
Mhm.
35-page document on basically every single solitary piece of information about our avatar, every single piece of information, every single reason they might buy, every single post that anyone ever made on the internet ever about like
Mm-hmm.
any reason. And then what I'm doing is we're taking all that information, right? We're feeding it to Chat GPT and Claude, and we're basically saying like do a worldwide like internet wide swipe
Mm-hmm.
everything you could possibly find, all the reasons, all the main reasons why someone would buy, all the repetitive reasons why somebody would buy. We also give them all the main reasons that we know already that people would buy, and we have
Mm-hmm.
it spit us back to us a super long report. And
Mm-hmm.
what is on that report is all of these normal angles
Mm-hmm.
and reasons that we already know why people buy, and also a bunch of other reasons and complaints as to what people like or don't like about the product. And then
Mm-hmm.
we'll have all of the found online. We'll have all of these act as new angles, new hooks, and new ideations, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we will start. We'll do like three to five. We'll do three to five iterations around each concept, right?
Okay.
And then what we'll also do is we'll take all of our winning ones, all of our winning creatives, and then we're actually starting to do this now because we're going for the 20 to 30K days.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to start having more like custom influencer content. So
Mm-hmm.
in order to get to 20, 30K days, which is the $1 million month, that's what we're doing. We're going to send out all of our winning creatives and a bunch of products. So yes, I will be spending some money on some products. I will be ordering products of my own and sending it out to these
Mm-hmm.
influencers, right? Getting them to do the same thing and just send them back to us. And then we're going to have so much content that's going to be absolutely ridiculous. And then internal, like we built the same exact internal system that we talked about here for creative upload. And that's what we're going to do. We're just going to use all that content and see which angles and hooks give us all the best return in ROAS. Whichever one gives us the best return in ROAS and results, we're going to double down on. And then we're just
Mm-hmm.
going to go like absolutely crazy with recreating more and more of that content.
Okay. Do you guys have like a schedule or something like that? Like a creative schedule? Like Fridays is PP ads and
Yeah.
stuff, and Mondays
Well,
we're making the reiterations of what's winning, and
yeah.
you know,
So
Tuesdays
this
you
deep,
hooks.
this deep into scale, like at like 10 to 12K day plus,
Mm-hmm.
we're doing a lot more custom than we are. Um, but we're actually doing both. So I wouldn't say more, we're actually doing both. So like previously, you know how we were doing 10 new creatives every day on
Yeah.
Calidata, and
Mm-hmm.
then 5 image ads, 5 arc ads, and then 5 thumbnails. I mean, 5 carousels. We would do
Yeah.
that every day to get to the 10 to 12K days. Now
Mm-hmm.
that we're there, now we're doing less of that. We're not
Mm-hmm.
doing every day. We're doing every 3 to 5 days because we're letting the
Yeah.
creatives kind of get juice more, like use all their juice more. And then
Mm-hmm.
what we're also doing is we've developed an internal team to whip out more creatives internally for us alongside the Callow data system I just walked through there. So
Mm-hmm.
now what we have is I have more ability to have custom creatives through the internal staff that I put together, which is
Okay.
literally just my VC team. It's literally just the VC staff, right? So it's like, oh, well, can I use that? Yeah, it's like literally the BC. I pay the BC staff too. It's like I literally pay the same people that we all pay for BC work, same people I pay, right? It's my
Mm-hmm.
own team. So, like for example, like that internal creative staff, it's literally Manny, right, and the internal team, right? That's
Mm-hmm.
literally who it is, right? And you guys know just as well as I do. Manny scaled to 600K a month. Manny's a fucking wizard, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he does all my internal creative strategy as well, right? He's the exec and head of BC,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then all of my team members on BC actually do like Manny will do the creative strategy and the behind the scenes know-how. Then the staff will put it together. The Manny will quality check it, right? And then he'll give it to me, and then we'll launch it, right? So we'll do that,
Okay.
and then we'll also do the exact validated thing I mentioned to you. The difference is we're just spreading it out longer. We're not doing it every day. But Ron and I oftentimes have the conversation. We're like, Ron, like, dude, I feel like when we do it every day, like it performs even better. Right. So Ron and I are kind of between right now. Like, do we stay doing it 3 to 5 days, or do we stay doing what our ad account likes best? Right. And here's the thing, like, with our know-how, like we're inside so many different brand stores and have so many clients. I would say generally the 3 to 5 day things works better. Right. But for
Mhm.
us, for me and Ron, like doing it every day, seemingly the ad account like seems to like more. So
Okay.
notice how, so even though I'm the guy in all the fucking accounts and all my clients see everything, right? I'm still going with what my ad account prefers, right?
Hmm.
Because I forgot who said it to me, but it was a very, very true statement. It's all the answers you can ever wish for are already in your ad account, right?
Right,
So
right.
whether you,
Yeah,
if you
I'm
talk
seeing
to,
that.
yeah, if you talk to Elon Musk, right? Like if I ask Elon Musk, Elon, how do I scale? Right? Elon knows
Mhm.
everything, right? How do I scale? Just looking in my ad account will probably get me better results and feedback than asking Elon Musk, right?
Right, I see. Yeah, I
Because
see.
all the answers for your specific scenario, yourself, are in
Hmm.
your ad account. And then
Right, right.
when Ron and I started doubling down on that point, we
Hmm.
started seeing crazy results, right? And Ron, like one of the things that crushes for us is the creative testing campaign, just like we were talking about, Bob, where we just have like a straight up
Uh-huh.
campaign for testing. That kills it for us. So yeah, that's basically what we're doing there. And just to answer, to double down on Redzwan, Redzwan in our chat is also crushing. Congratulations, Redzwan. He goes, I'm also seeing touching less work, currently optimizing the landing page, and traffic is good. Double down on customer avatar. Exactly. So Redzwan is doing more, making more money, and doing less work now because he's
Hmm.
dialed in his customer avatar, his messaging, and everything. Right. So Redzwan,
Right.
that's exactly what happens when you get to this point. When you get to a point where you're scaled up, like guys, at first, this shit's is a biatch. It's a bitch, right? This stuff is annoying, and it's annoying and sucks. But when you get to a point where you've sold thousands and thousands of units, and you've already seen exactly like you've already gotten to a point where you've refined the sales process to where you're consistently profitable, and all you have to do is scale. It's easy to scale, right? And then Jordan,
Okay.
exactly. And then, yep. Other than that, we are good. Fletcher, you're good. Back to you, Bob.
Okay. Yeah, I was just trying to like try to get myself on some sort of schedule because I'm doing all the
The
research.
schedule should be
Yeah.
3 to 5 days, right? But typically, like
I'm
you were on top of my 24-hour window, right? Which is what did really well for my account,
yeah.
right? We transitioned to 3 to 5 days. Now Ron and I are between 3 to 5 days and doing it between 24-hour windows. So now what Ron and I have to decide is, are we going to do it 3 to 5 days continually long term, or are we going to do 24 hours? And Ron, we'll make that decision likely over like the next week, right? Based off the results that we get over the next
Yeah,
week.
I'm in as far as a production schedule, as far as actually creating the creatives, not necessarily the
Got
uploading,
it.
just the actual creating
Well, here's the thing.
always.
Actual, when you put it like that, I think it's more or less always then, Ron, right? Like, because we're never not looking for creatives. We're never not trying to get new creatives made. It's like really, Bob. The answer really is, and Jordan, I got you in a sec. Really, the answer is, Bob. It's you need to do whatever you need to do to make it so you don't wake up one day. Oh, I don't have any more creatives to use.
Right,
So
right. Mhm.
so whatever, and actually, nothing really fucking matters. Okay, as long as you wake up and you have enough creatives to use on any given day. I don't care if you
Yeah.
do 6 billion or six, right? As long as they're within our conf. Obviously, if you do 6 billion, they're probably going to be very shitty, right? So you obviously have to make sure they're done with quality. But
Yeah.
really, the answer is however many that because you might say one day, hey, I'm gonna transition back to our 10 and 5 upload schedule, right? So
Right.
you need to be in position. So I would say to whatever you need to be able to upload to do the 10 and 5 on a random days where you need to set yourself up to be.
Yeah. Well, I mean the volume is not an issue for me. I can make whatever I need to make. That's fine. I'm never like out of creatives or whatever, but it's just more like okay, I see I have these ones that are crushing it. I can double down and make more iterations of it. But then I also have these other, from my research, I also have these new hooks and different things that I haven't yet tested yet And, should I, how many new ones should I test this week? Or should I,
Well,
new
Bob, here's
ones,
the
five
thing.
new ones?
In the creative test, like
Mm-hmm.
honestly, like if you have them, you should be throwing new creative into the testing campaign like every day.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. So just mix them up every day. Like here's a new one
Yeah, because
and like
the quicker,
iteration.
yes, because the
Okay.
quicker you test, the quicker you find winners. The only problem with testing creatives quickly is that you go through them quickly. But if you're able
Yeah.
to whip them up quickly, then there's no problem.
Yeah. Okay. Got you. Got you. All right. I
He
didn't know if you guys
who,
had like a certain thing. Hmm.
yeah, it's literally, it's what I just said. But like
Yeah.
this deep into our account, it's like what your account likes, right? It's no
Hmm.
longer like, hey, like what's like the common consensus? It's like, what
Yeah.
is your account like? What are you getting the best
All right.
return doing? You know?
Okay. Got you. All right.
He who has the most creative upload will win.
Yeah. Hmm.
That's it.
Yeah.
People remember when guys, you remember when Andromeda came out and everyone was panicking? And I told everybody, guys, watch this shit be a positive in 6 months. Just like COVID. Oh my God, COVID happened. E-commerce is over. It's done. We're screwed. Turned out to be the best thing ever to happen to e-commerce ever in history.
Hmm.
Same, like literally everything was like, oh, we're fucking done. Remember the tariffs came out? Oh my God, we're done. It's so funny because everyone, and Bob, you've been around long enough. You've
Yeah.
seen this shit,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And you see when people start
iOS
panicking.
14.
Yeah, iOS 14, GDPR, right? And I've been through so many of these things because I've coached, right? So like people are like, oh my God, Justin, we fucked. I'm like, no, watch this turn into a positive in 6 months. Andromeda update. I'm like, oh my God, we're screwed. No, actually, it makes things easier because all you have to fucking do is worry about your creative more so as you scale, right?
Yeah.
It is the easiest. This is the easiest that it's been for me ever, right? Easy, and that's because think about playing GTA or Forza or Call of Duty on like expert level your whole life, and then one random day it just gets put on two easy mode. It's like, well, I've been playing this game for a fucking decade on hard mode. Now it's easy mode. And look, obviously it's not fucking easy. If it was easy, everyone would be rich. But I'm telling you, okay, when you find that fucking product, it is actually easy to scale. It is. It is. You just have to know how to do it. And that's why we have these fucking super deep masterminds and everything that we do every day, because it's not just going to pop into your mind knowing what to do. You have to like go through it for a decade for it to be second nature, right? And we all tap into access to that every day. So
Okay.
Jordan goes, how much time does it take to create 10 new videos every day? Ryan goes, about an hour or two if you have the clips to use it. Yep, exactly that. And honestly, like when you're doing Cal data and PP ads, 17 seconds, Jordan, right? And that's like Cal data and PP ads. And guys, like no one here wants to say the elephant in the room. Like, I mean, we're just using content. Yeah, yes. Okay. And then as you get deep into it, right, you scale with your own other content. You could get to the 5K days using Cal data and PP ads easier than it's ever been because of software like that, right? And then you pair it with BSF product research system. Now you actually have products that do well as soon as you launch them, right? That's the whole goal. So great stuff. Back to you, Bob. Back to you.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I guess I'll just add, well, I already wrote it down there, but a lot of times it's swapping out hooks and bodies and CTAs. You might already have like the middle part of your video and it's telling, what the product is and all that stuff. And only thing you change is the first 8 seconds, which is hitting a different avatar hook, desire, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And Bob, remember like 2 years, like we used to all like that was what we used to do only. We used to just change the first 8 seconds,
Mhm.
right? Because before Andromeda update, it was just recognized as a new video,
Yeah.
right? But now you need a full new concept. You're exactly on point. And it's so cool to hear you speak in this tongue, Bob. You're very well versed, very, very on point. And I'm very proud of you, man. Of
Cool. Thank you. Mahalo.
course.
I guess
Of
that's pretty
course.
much it.
Cool. Okay. Well, great stuff. Great questions as well. Thank you for
Um,
asking
Yeah.
all those great questions, Bob. And if you need anything else, my friend, you can raise your hand again. I'll be here for you.
Okay, I guarantee.
And congrats to you as well, guys. Let's give Bob another round of applause down below. Not only is he a platinum whiz, but he's also, absolutely class act, great guy, has great questions. Show him some props down below, and congratulations on your success, Bobby. I'm genuinely excited to get this thing scaled. I'm telling you right now as well, you don't bump your average order value by like 20 bucks like that
Yeah.
randomly. Like you've obviously, as you've seen it, you've broken through the last, like I was like
Yeah.
2 months or so, you've broken through.
Uh-huh.
And I couldn't be more fucking proud of you. And like, dude, you remember how we were banging our head against the wall and now you
Yeah.
broke through, right? So
Yeah.
do you see that with perseverance comes great things at the end and you
Yeah,
made it fucking
exactly.
happen?
Yep. Yep.
Right. So,
Yep.
guys, I want everyone to realize that this was not handed to Bob. The tuna just didn't jump in his boat, right? He went out and he
Yeah.
caught the damn thing. He caught the damn thing, right? He snapped a few lines in the process, but he kept re-rigging,
Right.
throwing it back
Yep.
in, and then he made it happen. And then on the third time, he knew how to pull that tuna just to hook it just right. And now he's,
It's like
at this
advanced a
point.
little bit, little bit, little bit, little bit, little bit.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about, dude, right? Because this shit ain't easy. If anything, it's fucking hell. Let's be honest, ladies and gentlemen. Is it not effing hell at sometimes, right? But guess what? You got to go through hell, sometimes to get to the other side of being able to subside all that. So I went through this shit, right? Especially when I was new. It's not fun. Oh my God, because especially when you don't have all the know-how in the world. Because like it's easier for me to say because I know things about it, right? So I know that this is coming later, whatever. But someone who doesn't have the other side of know-how, right? It's like it could be very grueling. So Bob,
Mhm.
I tip my cap to you, my friend.
Right.
Congratulations.
Uh-huh.
And anything else you need, my brother, I'm here.
Is it okay if I answer Robin's question here?
Yeah, please, please.
Um, so as far as my method for making new creatives, I have like all this customer research and I'm always getting new customer research every time a customer, message me for anything, whether it's where's my order or anything like that. I always, since I'm already engaging in the conversation with them, I'll say, what was it about the product that made you want to try it out? And then they'll almost always write back to me with one or two sentences about their scenario, why they thought it was awesome, why they wanted to try it, all that stuff. And I have that like in a document, and that combined with all the comments and reviews and Reddits and everything else and what I've seen work and not work in the account, I have all these different reasons why people want to buy and what their situation is. And so I basically have written down like all these different hooks and call outs on a sheet. And then I use arcads to, if I don't have some, just to get a person saying it, saying the hook or whatever, I'll have arcads come up with, I'll enter in a bunch of lines so it has like a lot of scripts, and I can say whatever the hook, I can have like 3 or 4 different versions of the hook. And then so then I'll have all that data, and then I can be like, all right, I got this one, and I know that this ad has been working and it has this elements in it. So let me combine this hook, which I have like somebody from ArcAds saying the hook, and then it goes into the body and then the end call out. And I can just change them out and switch them out uh, at will. So to make iterations is pretty easy once you have it. And so that's pretty much how it goes.
And Bob, like to me and us, that sounds simple, right? For someone who's new, it could sound complicated. Can you explain a little
Mhm.
bit deeper, like how it sounds way harder than it actually is? Like doing it and
Um,
getting muscle memory, right? Like it's like like people's jobs that they work now is harder than the things
uh-huh.
that we do in the ecom store, right? It's just
Yeah.
that they know the thing, So touch on that a little bit because it could sound
Um,
complicated, but as you do it a few times.
yeah, it's not, I mean, once you get the hang of it and you do it once, I mean, if you're already in platinum doing your making a video ad and you go through that and get one approved, you'll know how to make a video basically. The rest of it is, think about it, just why would people want to buy this product? Why would people want to buy your product? And that's what you're trying to find out. And you're just listing them down. And
You think
then,
the most potent reasons, yeah, the
yeah, the
most
most
potent
potent reasons. Uh-huh.
that will get
Um,
us the lowest cost per acquisition. Exactly.
yeah, exactly. So I'll just give in like a random idea. Let's just say you have a knee massager, knee pain massager. And then, okay, do you want to get rid of knee pain? Well, okay, that's kind of generic, but you might find in reviews or comments and something like that that there's a lot of older people that use this knee massager, and their real reason that they want to get rid of the knee pain is so that they can play with their grandchildren more. So now all of a sudden it's like, would you like to spend more time with your grandchildren? That's a better hook than just, do you want to get rid of knee pain? Like all of a sudden you just found something that resonates with your buyer. And so that's how you make them. And just go through a
Beautiful.
bunch of them. Yeah. Pretty
No,
much just
no, that,
that.
great feedback there, Bob. And also Jordan, or have you ever tried pushing? Yeah, yes, but honestly, dude, like it's just the cost per acquisition is way too high, Jordan, to like test those products. So you end up like wasting a lot of money, right? And then obviously, so it's better to do these because you could end up making more, right? When you dial it in, just it's just better and easier. And if I'm ever doing like 1K or more, I'm doing service based, right? Not like, physical product like plunges and things like that. I used
Yeah.
to, but not so much.
Uh-huh.
And, for Red Swan, he says, Bob, how do you group the naming in Meta? How is your admin writing? Like for your naming conventions and your campaigns.
Oh, by naming conventions, I usually start with well, I'll usually start with what the main avatar is, because I have a few different average. I got people that are over 65. I got people who are in the 40. I got people who want more confidence in trying to learn how to garden because I'm in the gardening. I got people who are brand new. They're starting their very first garden. So though I'll start with saying what it is, which avatar I guess that is, and then I'll have something that says something about the body of it, because sometimes I have like an old lady talking about it, and I have another one where it's a younger lady talking about it, and I got another one when it's like an old guy, and all of these have been previous winners, and people resonate with it. So I'll say like, new gardener, old guy body, and then at the end I'll put what the hook is. So, and then so that I have it all organized, and so I know what that ad is about when I see it. So I hope
Beautiful,
that answers
beautiful
the
stuff.
question. I don't know.
Great, no, great stuff, Bob. Great
Yeah.
stuff. And other than that,
Oh,
Bob, you
the
have any
other
other?
thing about the ARC ads, one thing is that for me, the whole video is not ARC ads. It's a combination of real video and ARC ads. It cuts in and out basically, so it's not, the whole thing is not AI. Like, yeah, it's just not.
Yeah, and that's another thing. You can clip and chop up. Like you can have like three different winners, and then you could literally clip up all three of the winners and now make a new winner based off a hybrid of the three winners being added together now.
Right, right. Hmm.
You know, which is sick. Cynthia, congrats on that purchase. Very nice. But yeah, Bob, that's beautiful. Any other questions that you have for me?
No, that was all my questions. It seemed like everyone had questions coming
I
up.
guys, anyone have any last minute questions for Bob, guys? Any last minute questions for Bob? No, no, good. Okay, Bob, great stuff.
Okay.
Congratulations to you, brother.
Yeah, thank you.
And double mahalo. Great
Okay.
stuff, bro. Proud of you. And you're the absolute GOAT. Congratulations on everything. And if you have any other questions, raise your hand again. I'm here.
Okay. Guarantee. Thank you.
Good to see
Mahalo.
you, brother. Great stuff. Very nice. Alrighty, now we got the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Jordan Walode, Mr. 1.5K day. How you doing, Jordan?
What's up, brother? How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Good to see you, man. How are you?
Doing well. I need some
Let's go, dude. Yeah, hopefully I can help you out today a little bit.
help.
How we doing?
We're doing good. So I just wanted to talk about some strategy for a second. Uh,
Yeah, hit me with it.
yeah, so I've talked to you and Ron about this before, but this is definitely the biggest thing holding me back from scaling right now is logistics and inventory. So um, what I do now is, as you probably know, I have a manufacturer in China. I ship it by boat to the US and LA, where I have my 3PL. So I fulfill orders through the 3PL in LA. But the whole lead time from when I purchase an inventory order to when I'm able to sell that inventory is like 30 to 40 days. So it's a pretty long lead time. But like the benefits I get from that, I think are good enough to keep doing that. Like once it's in LA, I get 3 to 5 day shipping. I get to market to my customers that it's US shipping. Um, just dealing with the people there is easy. Like I have a lot of trust with those guys over there. But it's just like if I don't have the inventory on hand, I feel like I can't truly scale my ads higher because like as it is right now, I think if I wanted to tomorrow, I can get my business to 5K a day just by increasing ad spend. But I would also run out of inventory in 5 days, right? So I'm trying to balance like scaling my ad spend and being able to have
Yeah.
inventory on hand because I don't want to have to shut down my business for too long as I wait for more inventory to
Yes.
come in.
Yeah. And turning on and off the ads, like we've been, is not the best thing for the ads, right? You just have your sales funnel dialed in so nicely that it has, like, you're consistently doing well, right? And it's good that you are keeping track of all that very nicely because you're not going to have any processor problems. You're not going to have any issues. You'll be able to scale cleanly, right? Now, when I started scaling and I went just from like 2K day to 12K day, like in fucking 2 days, right? I did have some issues with my fulfillment, right? For a few days, right? Where there was some delayed shipments because I sold so many, right? But sometimes that's what you have to do, right? If you're going for aggressive scale because it's short lived. But here's what I'm going to recommend for yourself. You just buy a lot of stock. You just need to make a big purchase order, right? You need to make a big purchase order, and like obviously, like you might need a credit card for that or something like that, right? But my recommendation would be with your margin, how well you're doing, your profitability, and how consistent your business is, right? Keep doing what you're doing. You don't like you could. I know all your numbers and everything. Whenever you're typing in the WhatsApp channel that's saying it, I see everything. I know it comes up on my phone, so I read it, and that's for everybody, by the way. Whenever you guys are having your conversation with, I see fucking everything. I read all of it. 100% of everything comes up on my phone. 100% of everything that I ever run, right, is on my phone. And by the way, that's a hack for anyone who runs like 15 companies. If you're trying to go ahead and manage a lot of things at once, having push notifications for all of your companies on your phone is a hack. Obviously, it could drive you crazy, but I know what's going on in every single one of my companies constantly, like to the fucking down detail, right? But my point is, right, you could buy stock, right? That would probably be the best thing for you to do. Um, you can also request for a higher credit limit on your credit card, right? You should also apply for a few other ones, right? Because you're doing very well, right? And like you might as well make use of all the points while you can, right? While Facebook still allows that. But my whole point is,
Yeah.
frankly, you should just get more stock, right? You should just buy more stock.
Yeah, I'm trying. I mean, I've done loans for inventory in the past. So, like, I'm trying my best to not use credit or loans as much as possible. Like, I'm at the point in my business where I can actually use the cash flows that I'm earning to buy
Yeah,
more stock. But where I currently am at in my business, it's not enough cash for like a quarter's worth of inventory. It's like
yeah.
a month or two. And so I'm just trying to like figure out how to do that. But
Well, yeah. So there's a few options, right? You could bring in an investor, right?
yeah,
Someone like myself, right? If you want to do that, or you can keep operating at the scale that you're operating at, and then scale linearly, slowly but surely. Right now, here's the thing: we literally can take you to 5K a day, in probably like 48 hours,
yeah.
right?
Like
And
right
knowing,
now,
yeah,
I only spend like 500-600 a day in ads.
yeah, it's fucking beautiful, and you're doing so well, right?
Right.
So, and to me, like it's so tempting to just like scale that thing, like and just run it up. Um, yeah, more stock or a bigger credit or a longer credit limit,
Okay. Yeah,
right?
because
Or you find someone to give you like 20 grand,
right.
30 grand, right? Or you could organize some sort of deal that way. It's kind of like what we spoke about when I got you the funding for the first round,
Yeah,
right? So
exactly.
yeah, and it's good that you're operating the business now off of the cash that you're generating off of it, which is amazing. So the predicament is you can scale, and it will make you more profit, right?
Right. The
Now,
predicament is that I can get rid of my inventory in days and then just not have inventory for a few weeks as I wait for it to come in, or I can just slowly sell it off and just like always have my business running, but it's just going to take
well,
longer and I won't have as many like inventory turnovers per year, basically. So it's not as
yeah,
much cash, it'll be slower to scale, all
I
that.
think you should submit a big ass purchase order on your next purchase order, and you don't scale to 5K day overnight. Just submit a super fat purchase order, right? Still keep it at the same budget that it's at now, but just get all the stock into the warehouse, right? Get it into the 3PL,
Mhm.
get as much there as you possibly can. Um, and maybe even do like a few bigger purchase orders, right?
Okay.
Let it stack up, right? Not big enough to where you lose all your cash flow, but like it really doesn't matter even if you did that. Obviously, like you want to have some dry powder, but you're
Right.
making profit on every single fucking thing you spend, everything you sell.
Right.
So you just need to get more stock, right?
Okay.
If you don't want to bring in like an investor or a partner,
Right.
right? Just get more stock, right? And yeah, I would get more stock and little by little keep adding more and more and more and more as you make more and more net
Okay.
profit.
That sounds good. Yeah. And
Yeah.
so like last time I had to shut down my business for like 2 weeks, I think it was, because the inventory it hit a snag and it took longer than I expected when I calculated how long it would take. And so I had to shut off my Watt CBO, which was doing great. And when I turned it back on, it took a while to really get back into the
Yeah, that
flow. Like
yeah.
I was
You
shocked.
don't you don't want to be turning things on and off. Like in reality, what you can do if you encounter something like that again is like you just send out the select few people emails. Like,
Yeah.
hey, look, we went viral, right? Like you literally got our last units. Like you literally bought the last unit,
Right.
Karen.
Just
Like
so much
tell like
damage
like,
control. Yeah.
like be funny about it and like you can make a video. Make a video about like you, Karen. You can make. Well, obviously, you won't make personal videos because you sold so many, but you'd make a video like you literally bought the last units. I'm the owner. Like, look, this is like there's nothing left. You literally bought the last ones. I'm literally standing here packing. You're gonna get it. It's gonna be a little, maybe a week longer. Don't worry. I'm literally standing here hand packing it for you. Do not worry. Right? They're gonna get that. But like, oh my god, this I can't wait to get. This is great. They're not gonna be. They're not. You'll get less than 10% to be upset about it. Right? That's what you should do rather than turn the ads off, right?
Hmm.
And that's what I recommend you do because you don't want to keep on, off, right? You want to keep them on, right? But you're in a very, very, very good scenario. Congratulations.
Thank you.
But it's time to definitely get more stock, right? Because
Yeah.
I don't want the bottleneck to be how much stock you're holding,
Yeah. I
right?
feel like that's the only thing holding me back right now.
Right. You could be doing 10K days,
Yeah.
honestly. So
Okay. Um,
also if you also have some shit that you don't care about, like like a watch you never wear or something like that. You could also just use that to buy a ton of stock if you wanted
go
to.
with that. Yeah.
Right. Technically, right.
Yeah,
you can
that's a
do
good point.
you can
Start
do
selling
that.
off all my items.
Yeah, right. Because like at this point in your business, whenever you spend $1, you're getting three back, or
Right.
or whatever it may be. Right. So
Yeah, I'm
you
definitely
you got
confident that like whenever I put into it, I'll get something back from it.
yeah. It's not like it's only a few months old. Like you've been consistent, dude. You have a successful e-commerce business you can sell right now. I could get that sold right now. Let's do and then you have the money for stock, but you wouldn't have the business.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So
my closing thoughts are try to find some extra fucking like try to find like a valuable tree or something like this in your house, sell it off for 10K. Now you got 10K stock, right? That you could just fucking buy now, right? And that would probably be very, very helpful and useful. You wouldn't have to turn any ads off or nothing, right? I think that's what you should do. Number one. Number two is get as much stock as you possibly can without having to turn the ads off, right? And then three, call all your credit card companies, show them your consistency. You know how sometimes when you buy a rental property, they'll give you like 500K just
mhm.
because you show the numbers of the fucking house,
Yeah.
right? So if you can showcase that the house itself will be able to make the mortgage payments, right? The bank will just give you the money, Same thing here. If you can show track record, that sometimes you will just get the money. Like Ron said, Shopify Capital. Also, if you go into TD Bank, Chase Bank, and if you have a relationship with them, a lot of the time they'll just give you the money, right? And a lot of the time, what you can do is, I go in there all the time. They're offering me money all the time, right? And what they try to do, what they want me to do. They want to give me like a few $1,000,000 just to keep in my account. So they'll give me like 2, 3 million. And then whenever I use money, then I'm paying on that money that I'm using until I'm paying it back. Right. I forgot what they called it. It was like a rolling line of
Like
credit or
a, yeah,
something.
like a line of credit. Yeah.
Yeah. So you should look at it. You need to go into your bank and you have like a special um person that you use that treats you really nicely.
Yeah. Yeah. I use TD. I've got a person there.
Yeah, go in there. So here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna go because we're from the same fucking town. So you go in TD Bank right on Route what is it? Not Route 23, right on Valley Road right there, right?
Yeah.
Walk right in, right? It's funny because the guy used to I worked at Outback for a little bit. The guy I used to work at Outback with was one of the bank tellers there, and I walked in like 10 years later, and
Oh,
I didn't know he
really?
was working there, and he was working my account. He goes, "What the fuck?" But yeah, super cool dude. But like, I love him there. But what you'll do is you go in there, ask for all of like the options that they have for like all like the financial services and things like that. And then what I would recommend you do is go to Chase Bank because Chase Bank is great. I had a relationship with TD my whole life since I was like fucking before I was even 18 and I had like the secured credit card or whatever. Right. So I built a long relationship with TD and I still think Chase is a better business bank. Right. So you should go into Chase. You should also
Yeah. I
build
have a
a
Chase business credit card, so maybe that'll
yeah.
help have the relationship already.
Yeah, show them your financials. Come prepared. Like walk in like you're trying to convince them to give you money, right? Because you are, and do that and see all the ways that you can get funding. And I would never say to do this, right? If you were not already successful with a great business that's very profitable. The only reason that we're doing this and talking about this, guys, is because Jordan's business that he built here in BSF from zero is doing 1.5K a day very consistently. He's very profitable every single day. Right? I would never tell anyone to do this unless they're literally printing money every single day. And that's exactly what he's doing. And it's consistent and he's disciplined to not scale too hard. Right. Which honestly, sometimes I'm not even disciplined. I would have probably blown up the processor by now. Right. So very, very good.
Yeah. Uh,
Um, that's what I want you to do, right? Is basically do all that.
okay. No, that makes sense. And then just the only other thing is the last few weeks I've been testing a new offer. So I've got like a new bundle offer and I increased my AOV from like 60 to 80 doing this. But my conversion rate has gone down a little bit. So like now I'm trying to just like
If your conversion rate went down like a little bit, but your fucking AOV is $80 from fucking 60, that's
yeah,
a win. That means you're up 30 fucking percent on your average order value, right? And that's what you value more, right?
right.
As a higher AOV, right? And Bob was having the same conversation with me. He goes, Justin, like, which one do I do? I'm like, well, which one at the end of the day is Bobby richer? Which one are you richer at the end of the day, right? And that's the one that you choose, right? So that's beautiful, right? And frankly, going from 60 to 80, would you say 80 or $85
Like
AOV?
80.
What did you do?
I changed my bundle offer. I put less options. So I had like
Yep.
4 options in my bundles the first time.
You
Now I
lowered it.
have
Yes.
now I have 2 options. I have the bundle that looks attractive, and then I have the single product that I increase the price to make it look less attractive. And
Yes. Okay. So you have a third option too, right? A higher bundle or no? Only two.
there's only 2 right now. So it's the bundle at like $85, and then
Right. You have your single unit priced item that's higher to disincentivize, and then you have the bundle that's priced. What
right,
you do this as well. Like Alex Ramosi says, one of the easiest ways to sell your most expensive option is put a fucking astronomical option next to it. Okay. So what you're gonna do is don't put a enticing option. Put one that's just like like you're gonna look at it like and it's gonna be like I'm obviously choosing the one in the middle. Right. So what you're doing is like, I'm not going for the single unit. I'm not going for the buy three, get two. I'm obviously going for the middle one. Right. So try adding that. That might bump conversion on the second one and keep the AOV. Right. Now,
okay,
here's the thing. Typically, less choice obviously means higher conversion rate. Right. With me, I have 3 options. I have my single, my buy two, get one, and my buy three, get two. Right. I don't want to remove my higher tier option because the only thing my higher tier option does is incentivize the buy two, get one option more, right? And I also have people who do take the higher tier option sometimes as well, right? So you're going to add in that third option. What you're going to do is you're going to watch your conversion rate for 3 to 5 days. If you see a spike in conversion rate, you know it's from the bundle add-on, and you're going to keep it.
Okay. And should I add something to those options that say like most popular or like best value, or is that
Yes.
like
Yeah.
standard?
No. So you know how on your Kaching bundles it has the option to add most popular,
Yeah.
and your middle option is the most popular, right? So yeah, you want to put most popular on there. And
Okay.
yeah, and here's the thing, like Kaching bundles, like I don't think it looks the greatest. Like if we look at it, like I don't love how it looks, but guys, that's what converts right now, right? That's the best thing that converts, right? And like if I can make it 10 times prettier, but it ain't gonna convert better, right? So leave it as is. You want what converts, not what looks pretty.
Sounds good.
Does that make sense, Jordan?
I mean, like the ultimate goal is higher AOV and higher conversion rate, obviously.
Oh yeah, it's
But
fucking beautiful.
so
And
yeah,
that's gonna happen. Now, what I want you, yeah, I mean, at this point, like we could scale to 5K day. Like I literally think we could do it overnight, being how consistent your company is. So do everything that we said and nothing more, and let's push in that direction. Let's get you to 5K a day, dude.
okay, sounds good. That's all I
And
got. Thank you.
my
Appreciate you.
pleasure. No, my pleasure. And congratulations, man. And 5K days, $150,000 a month, right? That's territory where you could start considering quitting your job. I wouldn't, you have a great job. I wouldn't even consider quitting your job until you're doing like 500K a month,
Yeah,
right? In revenue, right? And then, you'll hold it, you'll do that for 6 to 8 months straight minimum. And then you could think about quitting the job. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? That's how I like to do it, right? You make it to where it's like so obvious that you can, that's when you start thinking about it. Same thing with Luke Toll. We didn't start thinking about quitting his full-time job that he worked like his whole life to get,
right.
right? Up until he was literally, making millions of dollars, right? And, he could have quit right there. I have people who do a fraction of that and will quit, right? But it really depends what you want. Like if it's something that you work toward for your whole life, which you have, Jordan, right? I've known you for a while, you work toward that forever, right?
Mhm.
It's not something that you're just gonna quit overnight. But if it's something that you don't give a shit about, right? Like some shit that you don't care about, then yeah, quit that really quickly. But
Yeah,
you're starting to get to the point where you can start to have those thoughts. But I want to see you maintain it for a prolonged period of time before you ever quit.
yeah. I mean, that's the ultimate goal, right? Just being able to do this full time. And I think about like if I didn't have the full-time job, how much time I could put into this and how quickly I could grow it. So like that's also in the back of my mind. I'm like, I probably would be at 5K a day like several months ago if I was doing this full time, but
Yeah, and just so
look at this.
everyone knows, Jordan works full time on Wall Street and still has managed to do this and get it to 1.5K a day, right? So working on Wall Street is a fucking full time ass commitment. It's not that's you don't part time Wall Street, right? It's like you're like eyes are bleeding, right? And you manage it. So Jordan, walk us through what are some ways that you manage time management and stress and pressure. How the fuck do you go to work a job on Wall Street? What's considered one of the most demanding, cutthroat jobs in the fucking world in America? What some people consider like the cream of the crop, right? They want to get to Wall Street. That's like the I made it moment, right? For people, right? So you're there already, right? You already fucking did it. Why do you want to do something like talk to us about like the discipline and how you are managing a Wall Street job with this?
Yeah, I mean, it's just about being disciplined with your time by scheduling things out. Like, especially in the beginning, there's so much to do. Like when you're first starting an ecom business, building out the website, product research, all that. Like you really have to be disciplined in like, okay, I'm going to do this on Monday. I'm going to get this little bit done Tuesday. So like after work, I would just spend like an hour or two on my ecom business. I'd spend more time on the weekends. Um, yeah, it's hard to kind of balance everything. Like you're gonna have other distractions, especially on the weekends, but it's just a matter of doing a few things at a time. You can't try to do everything at once.
And Jordan, you not once tried to rush this. And I think a big part of it as well is like you knew me in person, right? So you knew it's like e-commerce is fucking amazing, right? So like that's there. like I feel like a lot of people like they don't know that e-commerce is like how opportunistic it is until they see it. So it was good that you saw it firsthand, right? And then talk to us about like the mental mindset that you have to have going into it that you had, right? It's not easy, right? Like it's not. If everyone was rich, if it was easy, everyone would be rich, right? So talk to us about like the mental mindset, right? And yeah, like Jordan, like, you didn't have an ecom background at all, right? You didn't have any
No,
ecom
not at
background.
all. Yeah,
Just
I just
BSF is your background.
right, exactly. So I think my goal was to have multiple sources of income. Like that was always like I have my full-time job. I wanted something on the side that I can work on. Um, but yeah, it's just you just need to it's all goes back to discipline, really. Like you just have to like put your head down and know that the work you're putting in is eventually going to pay off because most of the time you don't think it will. You're like, oh, I'm doing all this work and spending hours a day. Like I I only have 5 products that I researched. Like, and then you're like, do I quit doing this? You just have to keep going. You'll find one.
Yeah,
Especially
dig into
with all
that,
your like
Jordan. Dig into that.
yeah, like especially with all your systems and everything, like you're gonna find a winner eventually. Like it's just a matter of time. It's just sticking to it, you know.
How many products did you test, Jordan?
Um, So, well, I did the product research for 20, like we're supposed to, right? And I had product pages. I did every single thing for 20 products. And it was only, I think, my fifth product that really took off. So, um, this was my fifth product. I was getting a few sales, whatever. It fizzled out. And then I started testing a few more products. And as I was testing 6 and 7, let's say, I was like, wait a second, like the product from a few products ago was like getting a few sales. What if I improve the actual model of that product? Like I take all the feedback I was getting from those customers and just try to improve it a little bit and relaunch that product. And that's exactly what I did. And when I relaunched the better version of that same product, I knew immediately it was a winner. I was getting like twice the amount of sales per day as the first time I launched. So
Amazing. And how many cross-sell products do you have?
Um,
Like, how many other items do you have on your store other
I
than
have
your main item?
there's only one other item besides my main item. So like that's
All
not
right.
ideal,
What
but
you're gonna do tonight? You're gonna
yeah.
add another collection called Signature. Do this tonight. You're gonna make more money tonight from this. Signature collection. Go on Calidata. Type in your niche into Calidata. Choose the top 15 products from top to bottom in terms of revenue. List them all on your site. Build perfect landing pages for them, and then put it as signature collection. You'll probably start to notice yourself getting two, three, four, $500 orders as well.
So with those products that I add, do I just drop ship those from China and have them
You just talk to your normal supplier, like, yo, source these.
okay.
And that's it. You're not going to market them or nothing. It's just going to be traffic that gravitates over to it.
Got it. Okay.
It's going to increase your AOV.
Because what I'm saying is since my inventory is in the US, like if I'm getting orders from both places, do I just
Well,
set separate like until my
here's
next inventory purchase where I order every
yeah, and then what you'll do is you'll basically have him submit, fulfill those SKUs also for you.
okay.
But
Okay.
yeah, definitely add it because it'll increase your AOV a lot, and you'll be able to scale even harder. Okay, and then Moco says, how long did it take you to throw away the first 4 products before hitting the winner on the fifth?
Um, so I was just following the 3-day rule with algorithmic targeting. So it's really not like you don't put too much thought into it. It's like no view content, no add to cart, no purchase, kill it.
And,
And
and
then
Jordan, can you dive deeper into that? How like you just said, you don't put much fucking thought into it. It's literally this. Like it's literally this, and people get so confused and like overwhelmed, Jordan, at
yeah,
this part of the 3-day rule, right? But they don't have to be because genuinely, it's just no view content, no add to cart, no purchase, right?
it's really like systematic. And the thing with this, like this is where your mental might like take a hit because you're like, damn, I just did all that work. I made the product page for this product. I did all this shit, and then I had to kill it in 3 days. and it's done. But like you just have to like get past that somehow. You just have to kind of be a robot
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah. No, and that's what it is. You just have to fucking accept that. Excuse my
Yeah.
French, right?
Yeah.
You have to accept that fact, right? Because if you can't accept the fact that you have to test products, like it's a lost cause. You have to accept that fact, right? So how did you accept that, Jordan?
You just have to keep in mind the end goal and trusting the process that one of these is going to hit. Because like you're not going to launch the first product and it's not going to be a winner every single time. I'm sure some people have that happen to them, but it's not likely. So
It's not common.
you really have to like stay the course.
Yeah, I completely agree. All right, well, dude, that's amazing. Any other questions you have, Jordan? We go through anything.
No, I'm good. I think I took up too much of your time. So
No, you're good. You could ask a million questions if you have. Make sure that you do this the signature collection
yeah, I'm
tonight
gonna
if you
work on
can.
that.
Let me think of any last minute things I want to tell you. No, no. I mean, because honestly, we're being artificially held back by because we could scale. We can fucking
Yeah,
scale.
yeah.
It should be at 5K days. So let's make those moves. Let's hit the 5K days because then we'll go for the 10.
Okay. Oh yeah, and one last thing before I go. So I relaunched my Micro Big Bang like a week ago, and it hasn't really been performing that well. Like I've been getting only a few sales per day. Like historically, Micro Big Bang has been one of my best types of campaigns. But has anything changed with like meta updates where like I need to adjust something?
Well, no, you just want to refresh it. So you know how you can refresh your custom audiences?
Yeah, no, they're all refreshed. I did all of that.
No, I mean I would just slow cook it, slow cook and kill. Just keep doing it over and over.
Okay.
I'm always running MBB, so like slow cooking and killing, regardless of it. It's just like something that's always on. So slow cook, kill, audiences that are performing, stay on, audiences that aren't, go off. It's not going to be the main part of your spend now. It's going
Okay.
to be your other bigger campaigns because you're this deep.
Do you think since I changed my bundle offer so that my prices are higher, like the look like audiences are using data from when I had lower price products?
Yes, 1000% yes.
Okay.
Because
I was worried about that.
no, it is because your lookalike audiences are deliberately created off the data off people who have bought at certain prices, right? And so yes, 100% yes. So what it is, yes, but I would just keep doing what you're doing. I wouldn't change anything.
Okay.
Keep doing it because eventually your new data is going to be around the new prices anyway. So
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you.
my pleasure, dude. Congrats again. Let's get you to 5K day. You're milking it right now. Your margin's incredible. You're staying disciplined. You're not blowing up the processor. You are literally doing it perfect, my friend. Right. So, guys, round of applause for Jordan down below. You're literally doing it perfectly, Jordan. Like if I could like show like if we're playing baseball right now, but yeah, look, he's batting number 3. He's doing a great job. Right. He's crushing it. So doing a good job. And yeah, great stuff. Give him a round of applause, guys. He deserves it. And one thing
Thank
that
you, brother.
my pleasure, man. One thing that I want to highlight that he said is like, when I said, I'm like, dude, how do you get around that? You have to test products. You just got to fucking come to terms with it. You just got to do it. Right. And that's really what it is. Like, there's always like a catch in a business model. Like, what's the catch? What's the bull? Like, how is it? That's the catch here. It's, you just got to test products and it's annoying. That's the catch. Right. So great stuff, dude. Congratulations, my friend. Other than that, guys, that concludes our session for today. Great stuff overall, all around. Right, we're going to be having. I want to be doing another interactive session on like cost caps as well over the next few weeks here. So be ready for that. We're also going to be having our normal movement back and forth right now as we go back into platinum like right now. So please make sure if you need an audit done, right, you need an action report, help, whatever it may be, that you're on standby now because we're about to go through in platinum right now. Okay. To go through and get our audits completed. So if you need any audits done, please make sure you have them posted. Okay. Also, if you need any extra movement and an additional one-on-one, whatever, please reach out on WhatsApp. We're going to go ahead and get everyone scheduled. Okay. We're doing really well, guys. This is like literally awesome. I don't know if anyone noticed, we're literally freaking crushing it. Right. And like I said, this is Q2. Okay. This is Q2. It's not supposed to be this hot in Q2. Okay. Whenever I see this type of movement, it's almost every single fucking time I see it, It's an absolute insane movement. And I'm spicy today with the language. We're going hard. Let's keep making it happen. I want to make sure that everyone keeps the momentum up. Right? Don't hesitate to ask questions. Don't hesitate to be annoying. You're not annoying. Okay, don't feel like you're being annoying if you have a zillion questions. That's literally what we're here for every single day. I want you guys to realize Ron and I literally wake up and like we're like within the first 15 minutes of us waking up, we're attending to our people here. Right. So realize that like you're not don't if you are confused on something, don't feel like you're being annoying. You're not annoying at all, right? Ever. So realize that. We'll get Ron. If you reach out to Jordan, let's get him hooked up with the ad account. That'll be amazing. We'll get that fixed for you, Jordan. We'll help you out there. Cynthia, my absolute pleasure. Congrats on the sale as well. Cynthia, Marina, good to see you. My pleasure as well. And guys, let's keep the movement going here. Like I said, okay, like this stuff is absolutely insanely like obtainable to be doing. And like I think it's cool to end on like Jordan literally went to high school with me. Like you literally in my high school math class, guys. Like it doesn't get more like close to home than that. Like realize like as long as you see it, you see the opportunity, right? And then you act, right? And you stay consistent and disciplined, you will do very well. You will make it happen. Okay. So other than that, great stuff all around, guys. Love y'all. Amazing stuff. And thank you guys for all the amazing words down below. I appreciate it more than you know, right? Like I always say, it literally keeps wind in our sails because this stuff is hard and it is not easy to run BSF. This is hard. Running this thing is tough, very hard. It drives me crazy at some points, right? But I love just like a child, right? I love it. And seriously, if anyone needs anything extra, please don't hesitate to reach out because the only time that we won't bend over backwards for you is if we're just not fucking aware to what the little custom request is that you need. And we don't mind it, right? So the only time that we can't bend over backwards for you is if we just don't know, right? So keep that in mind. We're always here for y'all. We love you guys so much. Amazing session today. And there ain't a damn thing we won't do for you guys, right? And ain't a damn thing we won't do. So other than that, let's keep pushing forward. Great stuff all around. And for all the amazing results, movement, successes that have been coming over the last several weeks, I've been doing my best to get you guys shouted out on a Ron WhatsApp message or post. I know there's more of you. I'm doing my best to get you guys recognized. You'll see me continue to call you guys out. Great stuff all around. Okay, we have a lot of great movement. And other than that, guys, we got a beautiful Sunday today. And when I mean beautiful, it's raining here. So just another reason for us to stay inside, as I always say, and continue to work. But other than that, my pleasure, Fletch. Good to see you. My pleasure, Jared, Tina, and everyone else in between. Kirill, great stuff. Robert, good to see you, sir. Yasan, congratulations on your movement. You're scaling tonight, brother. Yasan, I think that's your first product and you're already first or second product. You're already scaling. Let's go. Jordan, great stuff on your end as well. My friend, congrats on your first sales. Great stuff. And other than that, guys, let's keep the movement going. We got a lot more to make happen, fam. And I literally love this stuff so much. So other than that, love you guys. Have a good rest of your day. See you guys soon. Enjoy it. I actually got my grandma at my house right now, so I'm hanging out with my grandma today. I don't know if you guys saw her. She was here. So grandma's here till Monday, I think. Monday or Tuesday. She was here like the last week, which is awesome. So I'm hanging out with grandma this whole week. I've just been standing inside working all day. I'm like, oh, just like normal, right? So just with my grandma, which is funny. But yeah, other than that, guys. Oh yeah, if anyone wants to help out with the nonprofit, feel free to reach out to me as well. I had a few of you guys reach out. I appreciate those of you who reached out. I appreciate that so much. Okay. If anyone's local here to Florida as well, I'll be having like some events for the nonprofit in like Naples here in Boca area. So if anyone wants to be part of the nonprofit, what it will consist of is like helping out with like setup and things like that, some planning. And you also come to the events and like we'll all hang out and everything. And like we all just like work together to put on the show and the event, which would be really fun. And we also take like donations from the people who come to the event. We're going to get like, donates like $1, $5, whatever. Right. And we donate it to, certain foundations and like buying things like laptops and things like that. We gave one of our clients here through the Aspiring Entrepreneur Foundation a new laptop, which is really cool. So if anyone's struggling with their current laptop, right, maybe let me know. Okay. But other than that, really, 2 days ago we had amazing homemade sauce and macaroni. It was so good, so good. It's what I've been having since I was like 12 years old. So good. But other than that, guys, amazing stuff. Love you guys. Have a good rest of your day. And if anyone needs anything, just reach out to me and Ron right now. We're jumping into Platinum now. We're jumping into WhatsApp now. And me and Ron are getting right to work. So if anyone needs anything, just reach out. But other than that, guys, like it's been so good lately. Just like read the posts that we put out, read the things that we put out. Right. It's I'm just very, very happy with where BSF is going and the direction that this company is going, right? And like I'm very proud of like the internals, right? We've been nurturing everyone like sort of literally like over the top, like massive best of our ability, like every day. And we've always done that at BSF, but lately it's been like more like super over the top, more so. And I want to give you a shout out, Ron, right? Because Ron, you're an absolute stud. You're doing an incredible job as well, not only with running all the businesses that we run together, right? But you're also doing an incredible job managing and helping out the clients in BSF. And I want to give you a formal tip of the cap as well to yourself, Ron, because you are a real trooper, dude, and all the success and all, not only on the new brand and everything now, right, but everything that we built together, all the stores, all the brands, and everything we've done in BSF, and the respect and I would say notoriety that you built for yourself through not constant like respect of the clients, right? You putting the clients first always over yourself, right? And you actually like, truly caring about our people. I think that is, I don't think you could fake that. I think that's priceless. Guys, this guy Ron stays up till 11 in the morning to take calls with you guys, right? Like this man doesn't sleep sometimes, right? And sometimes like I think he's catching a little bit of eye bag stain that Justin has here, right? But you're in the gym every day as well, so you can't tell you're doing an amazing job, dude. You're staying in shape, and I just want to tell you how proud I am of you, Ron, right? I'm freaking proud of you because, dude, you were a client of mine at first. Now you're like a brother, genuinely like my brother, bro. So I appreciate you. And guys, whenever realize like Ron was literally just a student here at one point. He was just a student at one day, like 70K in debt, student, right? And now you're literally like, dude, you just bought a penthouse, like you're living your dream, you just got married, right? I'm very, very proud of you, right? Keep it up. This is only the start for someone like yourself, right? I think this is the embryonic stages of what we'll achieve together, Ron, to be honest with you. So other than that, guy, like as you guys can see, I always like drag on the end. I don't want to end it. But other than that, guys, amazing stuff. As always, okay. If anyone needs anything from me, please reach out. Okay. Again, like I'm just this is real cool what we got going on here. I think it's pretty cool. There's not many communities like this. There's really not. So other than that, guys, love you guys. Mahalo, as good old Bobby would say. And other than that, enjoy your night, guys. Have a good rest of your day. And if anyone needs anything, please reach out now. We will bend over backwards no matter what it is for you. Just reach out now. We got you. Okay. So have a good rest of your day, guys. Thank you all for the amazing feedback as well. And please enjoy your Sunday, but also send us over all the work that you possibly can today because Ron and we're going to get to work right now. Love you guys. Bye.